this week's field trip. This week we're exploring Neffs Canyon. You guys, it's the canyon next to Mill Creek. You can see the kids down there. There's Gemma and May. Ruby and John are further along. This is a great place, and there's usually a special surprise when you get about, I think it's a little less than a half a mile up. And hopefully it's there, and we'll show you if it is. You see lots of trail options. That one on the left leads up to a road, and you can take a road all the way up to kind of where we're going. It's not the prettiest. Then there's a trail on this side. There's a trail down the middle. There's another trail along the other side of that gully, past those trees. They pretty much all go to the same place, but we like the trail down the middle. And the kids found a fort already. There's our celebrity, Teacher Terry.
Hi guys! Hope you're getting out. It's a beautiful spring day. Lilies, which are some of the first flowers to pop up after the snow melts. It's a great place to come, Neffs Canyon.
That is one thing we picked Neffs Canyon for, to see the glacier lilies, so hopefully they're here. Right down in this little gully, the kids found this fort thing, so.
Now they're adding to it.
You probably could just stay here and play for hours. Look what we found. We found the glacier lilies.
Oh, right there.
These little yellow flowers. Oh, they're all over. Look at that.
Yeah.
So these are the first flowers of spring?
Did I send you a picture of the spring beauties, those little pink ones?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I'll send that. Those are the first and these are the second.
Where do you find the spring beauties?
Those are usually high up on a ridge.
Oh. To walk up this pipe. Basically, there's just lots of trails up here that lead to the same place. But we're actually gonna, guys, this way. The pipe keeps going, and there's a trail up there, but we're gonna cut through this one. Right here, we're along one of the creeks. No water. And as you get higher up, the glacier lilies are coming out. Their leaves are coming out, but they're not blooming. So Teacher Terry said, as the spring goes on, we'll get to see the lilies higher and higher up the canyon. Down low they're blooming, up here, not yet. Alright, once you climb up here, you can see the creek bed, still empty. And usually right in this area there's a fort, which you can see. The kids are in, and Gemma's just going into it. But to get up to where we're going, to our special spot, the trail actually goes off to the left. So hang out in the fort, but then when you're done, go off to the left. Right here. Look at that hillside, guys. It's covered in the glacier lilies, which Teacher Terry calls fairy slippers. And my kids are calling banana peel flowers. What would you guys name it, if you got to name it? Okay, pretty soon, if you get to this spot, it's going to have water in it. So you have to cross the water here. There's usually water here, probably May and June, and then a little bit less in July. and so on. In the fall it's dry again. But right now, no water, so that's a science question for you. Where's the water? How come there's no water here yet? But if you come back next month, there's going to be a lot of water. Why is that? So guys, when you cross the water here, or this creek bed, the trail feels like it goes up there where Gemma is, but actually, you want to kind of go straight up. Kind of follow the creek path. So we cross down there, the creek's coming from there, and the trail is up through this rocky zone. Guys, here's where the road ends if you walked up the road. Here's the trail. Oh. And up here there's a little fort. But the surprise is in this flat zone. Our kids spotted it. We found the swing, guys. Usually when you come up here, there's always some variation of a swing. I should say usually, but a couple times there's been none. There's a spring over there right behind that swing. The trail continues that way and you can go all the way up to Mount Olympus. But we usually just hang out right here. We came up through there on the trail. And the road's over there. And Terry said up there there's another trail she likes. More of an adult trail. Here's the swing, and we can hear water up there, so we're gonna check it out. You saw May just disappeared. We're gonna see what's happening up there. We found the first water coming down. Gemma just felt the water, and she said, Gemma, how cold was it? Does that mean a lot or a little? It was very cold. Why do you think? That's a science question. Why is the water so cold right now?
A clue.
After we found the water, we followed the little creek up the mountain and we ran into another trail. We got to see these pipes and the Mount Olympus water feature right here. We found lots of cool new rocks to climb, trees to climb. That's the fun of going with Teacher Terry on these little Wasatch Wonder adventures. She knows every little nook and cranny and can tell you a story about all the little spots. Here's a little arch we've never seen before, and here's Terry on Wolfie's Rock. Wolfie was one of her dogs who used to race her up the trail and always be about 4 minutes ahead of her, and he would sit on that rock and wait for her. This is the Corys on Wolfie's Rock, and then Gemma found this rock and she said, Teacher Terry, what's its name? And Teacher Terry named it Gemma's Rock. Guys, you should come up here and find your own rock and name your own rock. From Wolfie's Rock, we came down this trail and it met up with the trail that we came up and the road. So here we go, heading back down. In this picture, you can see the glacier lilies just popping up. You can see the snow right by them. So those are some of the very first wildflowers to come up in the spring. These are blooming because they're down lower where the snow is already melted and it's a little bit warmer. You should be able to see glacier lilies up there for the next couple weeks at least. You might have to go higher and higher to see them, but they'll be around. Hey everyone, we're back at our cars. We had a fun hike. We got to see cool forts, some water, a swing. This is one of my favorite hikes in the Wasatch, especially close to Salt Lake City. Anyway, hope you guys are getting out and exploring. Love you guys. Miss you guys.